This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, all. Good morning. Welcome back. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we started Kubernetes, right? So today we are going to discuss about quickly discuss about architecture and also we set up Kubernetes cluster today. Yeah, basically what is Kubernetes? What Kubernetes will do? Can anyone give that functionality? So what is Kubernetes? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Is the open source container, sir. It's automatic computing, automatic deployment, sir, and automatic scaling.
Okay, yeah. Right.
It's developed by Google, sir.
Yeah. And Kubernetes is an open source container management tool hosted by CNCF, Cloud Native Computing Functions or Foundation. Okay. This is also known as the enhanced version of Grok, which was developed at Google. Okay. So Google managed both long running processes and both jobs and okay. So like this. So basically, yeah, Kubernetes is an open source. Okay, it is a containerization tool, we can say. So containerization tool also, orchestration also, we can say, right? So containerization orchestration tool and we can say like that, right? Fine. Basically, Kubernetes is advanced to Docker, but without Docker, Kubernetes will not work. Okay, we have to install Docker first. So when we want to run Kubernetes, first we have to install Docker. Without Docker, it will not work. One second, Andy. 1 minute. Yeah. So now, so let us quickly go through the architecture. Okay, Kubernetes architecture. We already discussed this. Okay. Let us quickly go through this, and we'll move to cluster setting. Okay, we'll install configure cluster. Fine. So this is Kubernetes cluster architecture. Kubernetes cluster architecture. So in Kubernetes cluster architecture, so when we configure Kubernetes, we will have Kubernetes master, Kubernetes nodes will be available, right? So Kubernetes master, Kubernetes nodes. So first component is master. So this is Kubernetes master. So these are the nodes, Kubernetes nodes. Yeah, inside of the master, we'll have different components which are like, so we already discussed, right? So this is Kubernetes master. Yeah, inside of the Kubernetes master, we'll have different components which are like, first component here is, which is very important, which is a component and మనం ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ ఆల్రెడీ చూసాం కదా లాస్ట్ ఫ్రైడే లాస్ట్ సెషన్ లో ఫస్ట్ కాంపోనెంట్ ఏముంటుంది etcd
cluster area.
Yeah, etcd first component is etcd. Okay, second etcd అంటే ఏంటో మనకు తెలుసు. Okay, so I'll explain once again. API server, second component is API server, third one is scheduler, and this component is controller manager. So controller manager. సో మీకు ఏమైనా బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ నాయిస్ వస్తుందండి? ఇట్స్ ఓకేనా లేదంటే నాయిస్ ఎక్కువ వస్తుంది?
లైట్ అనిపిస్తుంది సార్, అంటే ఎక్కువ డిస్టర్బెన్స్ నార్మల్.
ఓకే, సో నేను డోర్ ఓపెన్ చేసి పెట్టాను. సో ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ కింద జిమ్ ఉంది. సో గెటింగ్ సమ్ నాయిస్, లిటిల్ నాయిస్. మీకు ఏమైనా ఎక్కువ ఉంటే కదా నేను డోర్ క్లోజ్ చేస్తాను, చెప్పండి. రైట్, ఫైన్. సో Kubernetes master is having 4 components which are like etcd, API server, scheduler, so controller manager. These are the components, major components, right? And also node servers, Kubernetes nodes. This is Kubernetes node, node 1. So node 1 is having 3 components. So these are the 3 components which are first component, very first component is Docker. So without Docker, Kubernetes will not work. This is Docker and Kubelet. Second component is Kubelet. Third component is kubeproxy. So these are the components. Every node will have these 3 components. Okay. So node 2 and also node 3, we have 3 nodes available. Okay, we can put like this. Right. Right. So like this, right? So normally when we build Kubernetes cluster, so why we are discussing this, we are going to build the cluster, right? So what is the functionality? So in cluster, what are the components will be available? First, we need to understand, right? So Kubernetes master will be there, Kubernetes nodes will be there in the cluster, right? So first component is etcd. So what etcd will do? What is the etcd? So మనకు Linux లో చెప్పను.
It is will manage all configuration files.
All the configurations will be saved under etcd.
Yes.
So in Linux also etc folder will be there. Instead of that, all the configuration files will be there, right? So etcd will have all the node information, pod information, container information, cluster information. Everything will be available inside of the etcd, right? So next one is API server. So what is API server? What it will do? API server is a front end. Normally when we submit the script is nothing but we use YAML script. In the Kubernetes we use YAML script. YAML means we can call it as manifestation, manifest file. So for example, if you want to deploy any application, we prepare some manifest file. So that manifest file, when we submit to the cluster, first it will hit to API server. The manifest file, whatever script we prepare for the deployment, that will be hit to API server first. So from here, API server will send to scheduler. Scheduler, what scheduler will do? So whatever deployment is there, that deployment will be equally distributed to node servers. So deployments will be happened on only on node servers. So we don't deploy any applications on master. We always deploy on node servers. Okay. So for example, Flipkart is there. We discussed already. For example, Flipkart is there. So every time, so developers and application team will push their application to whatever applications they are maintaining, whatever their whatever microservices are there. So every day, every time they will update on containers. Okay, whenever they submit that manifest file, that will be directly hit to the API server. API server will send to scheduler. Scheduler will distribute the load equally on nodes like this. Okay, so the deployments, whatever deployments submitting to the API server, that will be equally distributed to the node servers. So deployments will be happened on nodes only. So inside of the nodes, we'll have pods. Instead of the pods, we'll have containers. Instead of the container, so microservices will be deployed. So microservices lo manam application deploy just. We deploy applications on microservices only, right? Fine. Scheduler will distribute the load equally on all the nodes which are available in the cluster, right? So next component here is controller manager. What it will do? So controller manager always check the nodes availability. So if any node is down, if any pod is down, if any container is down, so what will happen? So controller manager will check that. So that information it will pass to etcd. So etcd will understand, and the controller manager take the action, and if any pod is down, pod is corrupted, node is corrupted, or any container is corrupted, what controller manager will do? It will recreate, reconfigure. So because in Kubernetes we'll have auto healing facilities there. Auto healing capability is there for Kubernetes. So మనకి Docker లో లేదండి. We don't have Docker. We don't have in the Docker auto healing capabilities, right? So in Kubernetes we have auto healing. So if any part is down or corrupted, if any node is down or corrupted, automatically it will recreate whatever configurations are there. The same configurations it will create. So we have two types of applications available. Okay, first one is stateful application. Second one is stateless application. Stateful means whenever the application is corrupted or anything goes wrong, automatically Kubernetes will check. So automatically it will recreate that. So yeah. So controller manager will manage all the configurations, all the pods, all the nodes. It will always monitor. Okay. So this is main component in Kubernetes master. Right? Kubernetes master always, so controller manager always monitors whatever failures are there. Okay. So next one is nodes. So nodes, depending upon your application scalability, depending upon your application criticality, depending upon your application project requirement, will configure nodes. Okay. So in our environment, we have nearly 12 Kubernetes masters. 12 Kubernetes masters, nearly 80 nodes available, because we have enterprise level architecture. So to maintain that, we have used environment. So Kubernetes masters we have, and nodes also we have, right? Next one, node functionality. So what node will do and what are the things available inside of the nodes? So we'll try to understand. So first component is Docker. Docker is a containerization tool. So it is a lightweight environment, right? So without Docker, Kubernetes will not work. Okay, first component is Docker. So even the master also require Docker. So when we configure cluster, by the time we need to install Docker and Kubernetes master also, right? First component is Docker. So Docker functionality we know already, we discussed about Docker, right? So it is a lightweight environment. So it is a containerization tool, right? Kubelet service means, so it will work node level. So if any failures are there inside of the nodes, if any issues happening, so Kubelet service will check always. Kubelet will monitor and it will check node level, not cluster level. It will work node level. Okay. So if any failures are there, it will inform to controller manager. So controller manager will take the configuration from etcd and it will start recreate or it will start healing. Okay. So next component here is kubeproxy, Kubernetes proxy. What is this? So it will work on network level. Can't hear your voice. Damodar, my voice is clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Everyone? Yeah, me mic check చేయండి Damodar. మీ సైడ్ ఇష్యూ ఉంటుంది, ఒకసారి మైక్ ఒకసారి చెక్ చేయండి. Right, kubeproxy will work in network level. So node and Kubernetes master, so both are connected or not, always it will check. Connectivity will be there or not there, always it will verify. So if any connection is failed, kubeproxy will check and inform to kubelet service. Okay, kubelet service will pass that information to controller manager. Okay, so controller manager, it will check and it will recreate. రైట్. సో మన కనెక్టివిటీ లేనప్పుడు ఎలా చెక్ చేస్తారండి అంటే క్లస్టర్ లో ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి, సో ఒక మాస్టర్ డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయినా సో అదర్ మాస్టర్స్ విల్ బి అవైలబుల్. సో మనం ఒక్క మాస్టర్ అయితే పెట్టమండి, రియల్ టైం ఏంటంటే విల్ హావ్ మల్టిపుల్ మాస్టర్ సర్వర్స్. ఓకే, సో ఒక మాస్టర్ కనెక్టివిటీ డౌన్ అయింది అంటే ఆటోమేటిక్ గా సో రీక్రియేషన్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే ఫైన్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఆర్కిటెక్చర్. సో వి ఆల్రెడీ డిస్కస్ అబౌట్ దిస్. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ది కాంపోనెంట్స్ అవైలబుల్. Every node will have 3 components which are Docker, Kubelet, kubeproxy service. Okay, so master will have 4 components. These are very, very important. Fine. Now let us go and create cluster now. So cluster setup chadam. Now, so I'll open some commands. I prepared some commands to set up cluster. Yeah, these are the commands, Kubernetes commands, Kubernetes setup by version 1.1. Yes. Yeah, so these are the commands I prepared to build the cluster. See here, Kubernetes cluster installation using Kubedium. Okay, so installation types, first I'll you how many types are there, installation types. Okay, we have 4 ways to install Kubernetes. So we have different ways to install Kubernetes on AWS, which are like, so let us go quickly. Kubernetes installation. Yeah, గమనించండి. అది అందరికి అనిపిస్తుంది, మీరు సార్ రీకనెక్ట్ అవ్వండి. డిస్కనెక్ట్ చేసి. Yeah, 4 ways to install Kubernetes. 4 ways. Four ways to install Kubernetes. First one is Kubedium. First one is Kubedium. So on any server, any type of server, we can install configure Kubedium. Okay. So either bare metal server. Bare metal server means physical server. Bare metal server. Okay. Or virtual server or cloud server. On any server, we can install Kubedium. Normally in production environments, we use Kubedium only. So in our test lab also, we use Kubedium. So Kubedium is production environments. Normally we use Kubedium. Okay. So this is a main setup. Kubedium is production environments. Normally we use this. Second one is Minikube. So Minikube. Minikube means, so normally in test labs we use this. Test environments we configure Minikube. Okay. So Minikube means it is a minimal configuration. So it is not used in production environments. It is for only test environments, test labs. In test labs, we create Minikube. Okay, Minikube will have only minimal configuration. Next one is, third one is KOPS. KOPS. KOPS means, so yeah, Kubernetes on AWS. We use this KOPS. We install Kubernetes. We install Kubernetes on AWS only. So KOPS will be installed on only AWS, and the minimum requirement is T2 medium servers. T2 medium servers will support for KOPS. Okay, so KOPS will be only for AWS. Fourth one is Kubernetes on GCP. Kubernetes on GCP. So this is for only on Google Cloud platform. This is for only on Google Cloud platform. Okay. So normally with Google Cloud platform, so we use this Kubernetes on GCP version if you want to deploy. Okay. So apart from this, we have services, Kubernetes services. Apart from this, we have services. So Kubernetes services. We have some Kubernetes services which are like First one is EKS. EKS అంటే ఏంటండి? ఎలాస్టిక్ క్యూబర్నెటిస్ సర్వీస్. అంటే మనకి AWS లో దిస్ ఇస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ది సర్వీస్. EKS అంటే ఎలాస్టిక్ క్యూబర్నెటిస్ సర్వీస్. సెకండ్ వన్ ఈస్ AKS. AKS అంటే ఏంటండి? Azure Kubernetes Service. Third one is GKS. సో ఇవన్నీ సర్వీసెస్ అన్నమాట. మనకి ఏంటంటే సో AWS లో EKS అనే సర్వీస్ ఉంటుంది. సో we can enable that and we can work on Kubernetes. So it will support only for AWS. EKS will support only for AWS. And the AKS, Azure Kubernetes Service, will support for only Azure. GKS will support only for Google Kubernetes, Google Cloud. Okay. So Google Kubernetes Service will support for only Google. So these are the services. So these are the installation setups, different setups. Okay. Fine. Let us quickly go and start the installation.
So in real time, which one is used?
Yeah, real-time production environment lo most of the time we use KubeADM only. KubeADM.
That is the license version.
Yeah, that is a license version. So in our test lab we use freeware only, but in real time it is licensing.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let us go through this document. So commands, I explain commands before installing this. Yeah, we required what are the prerequisites for Kubernetes cluster setup. So these are the prerequisites. System requirements. So master server required T2 medium. Kubernetes master required T2 medium. So it will not support T2 micro. So minimum 2 CPUs required and a 2 GB RAM required for the master. So worker will support T2 micro, 1 virtual CPU, 1 GB RAM. Okay. So T2 micro, T2 medium is not free of cost, right? So it will be charged, right? So for 1 hour, 2 hours, nothing will be happen. Don't worry about it. For 1 hour, 2 hours, if you practice daily, nothing will be happen. You can take T2 medium. Okay. So whenever you stop, whenever you complete your practice, you can stop that server. So that bill will not be happen. Okay. So T2 medium is minimum configuration required for Kubernetes master. You can take that, nothing will be happen. Okay. Next one is some ports need to be opened for master. So these are the ports. Yeah, 64433275010250 443 This port should be opened for master. Okay. And on node server, worker server, 179 port should be opened. Otherwise, Kubernetes cluster will not run. Okay. Next, on master and worker, both the servers, we need to perform all these commands. Okay. So first we need to switch to sudo superuser install Docker. First thing is Docker need to be installed here. After that, so we need to install some packages. We need to download some package, Docker package, and install that Docker. And also, after that, we need to enable and start the Docker service, right? So after that, we need to disable SC Linux, secure Linux. Every Linux machine will have SC Linux, secure Linux. That we need to disable using these commands, these two commands. Next one is disable firewall. So we need to disable the firewall. Okay. After that, we need to disable swap space. So every machine will have some swap space that should be disabled before installing Kubernetes cluster. After that, we need to update the network settings. So these are the commands we can execute at a time, all the commands for networking settings. Next one is the Kubernetes setup. So this is the main command. Okay, so Kubernetes packages command up to here. At a time we can execute this. After that, install Kubernetes. This is the main command to install Kubernetes. After that, we can enable kubelet service and we can start the kubelet service. Okay. So after that, on only master, we need to run some commands on master node only. So this is the cluster configuration command. Initialize the cluster command. Okay. So here we need to give master server private IP address. So this is pod network range. This is the range, pod network range. So we need to give this range. Okay. So after that, so we need to add one user to perform Kubernetes activities. So we need to create one directory. This is the directory. So we need to change, we need to copy some files to this new directory, right? So we need to set this after that. So we need to install some plugin, Calco plugin. So we need to install one plugin, which is Calco plugin. So Kubernetes cluster required Calco plugin. After that, so we need to run this command to join cluster. Cluster join command means in master server, we generate this command, we apply this command. By the time it will give you one more command. That command we can execute on node servers, worker servers. By the time cluster will be joined, nodes will be joined into the cluster. Okay. So after that, if you check kubectl get nodes, if you check this command, you will get whatever nodes are available inside of the cluster, it will show you. Okay. So after that, kubectl get pods. If you check if any pods are available, it will show you. Okay. So these are the commands you can use for to set up the cluster. Okay. So let us go and start the cluster configuration. So we require CentOS machines. We'll take 3 CentOS servers. One is master, 2 are for nodes. Okay. You can take 3 CentOS machines. Running instances, launch instance, CentOS missions we can take here. We can select on marketplace. These are the CentOS. CentOS 7 you can take, select, continue, configure instance, 3 nodes, 3 calendar ఒకటే తీసుకుందాం ఎందుకంటే previous calendar ఒకసారి. Yeah. So మనకి T2 micro support చేయాలనుకున్నాం కదా. So minimum T2 medium required for the Kubernetes master. So for which you can select this T2 medium, right? So configure instance. Yes, I want to continue with this instance type T2 medium. Yes. Next tags name. Kubernetes master. Yeah, you can select all TCP ports. So because we require some ports, right? So you can select all TCP security group. Review and launch. Launch. Select key pair. Launch instance. So we can take 2 more servers for nodes. Node servers, we can take E2 micro only. Two servers I'm taking here. Add storage, add tags, add name. No, we can change that node to once create this. Select, prepare, review and launch instance, launch instance. Fine. These are the servers we created: Kubernetes master, Kubernetes nodes, right? So we have 3 servers are running state. Now I'll connect consoles one by one. So first I connect Kubernetes master, take the public IP, paste here, keep it. CentOS, right? Yeah, this is Kubernetes master. I ping google.com and I connect second one, node 1, copy this. Just one keep in. Open. CentOS. Yeah, this is our node 1. So I want to change this color, background color. Background color or foreground color can change. Okay. So why we require to change to identify nodes? Foreground can change. Background not required. Foreground we can change, modify. So light yellow color I'm giving. Yeah, this is our node 1. Okay. So one more console I can open here. CentOS. So this one also I can change the color. So dark yellow, I give dark yellow, light yellow, dark yellow. These are the nodes. So master is same color, okay, default one. So node servers I change like this. Okay, so yeah, now. So this is master server, Control Z to stop. So this is node 1. This is node 2, right? Fine. First command is, first we need to switch to super user. So I execute one by one. This command I can execute on all the servers one by one. Switch to root. Switch to root. Yeah. So I switch to all the servers. Next one is, so very first thing we need to install Docker. right? For which we need to execute one by one all these commands. Okay, so these 3 commands we can execute at a time. For Docker installation, we can execute 3 commands at a time. Copy these commands, 3 commands, execute on master. Enter. Now Docker is installing. Go to second one, node server, execute these commands. Enter. Now go to node 2. Enter. Now Docker is installing. Yeah, it is ready. Master is ready. Now next command is, yeah, enable Docker systemctl enable. Copy this command, paste here. Now it is enabled. Node 1 enabled. Node 2 also we can, yeah, now still it is going. Yeah, you can execute this. Enabled. Next command is start Docker. Copy this. Go to master. Node 1. Node 2. Yeah, status. You can check the status. Go to master. Yeah, here it is active running state. Docker services in active state. It is running. Right. Go to node 1. Command node 1. Yeah, node 1 also it is running. Right. So node 2. Yeah, it is running fine. Next one is SC Linux should be disabled. SC Linux. So copy these 2 commands and run at a time 2 commands on master. Enter. Yeah, it is disabled. Node 1 also you can execute this. Disabled. Node 2 also you can execute this. Done. Disable. Okay. Next one is disable firewall. So copy this 2 commands. Firewall disable. Done. I think it is already disabled. That is why it is showing like this. Okay. Fine. No problem. So next one is a disable swap space. Every Linux machine will have swap space, right? So that we need to disable. Copy this. Execute here. Node 1. Node 2 also we can execute. Yeah, done. Next one is, yeah, networking settings. Okay, so copy this entire command, full command up to here. Copy this and execute on master. Enter. Node 1. Enter. Node 2. Enter. Kubernetes setup. Next one is Kubernetes setup. So this is the Kubernetes packages. So we need to yum the repository packages. Copy this entire command. Enter. Node 2 also you can enter this. Right. So after that, so install Kubernetes. This is the main command. Copy this command. execute on master, on node also we can execute node 1, on node 2 also we can execute. Yeah, our master it is completed. So this is the version, Kubernetes version. Next one is enable kubelet. So copy this command, execute on master, execute on node 1 and node 2 also. So next command is, so start kubelet service. So these steps చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండి. If you miss any step, okay, cluster will not build. Cluster అనేది రన్ అవుతుంది. ఒక కమాండ్ మిస్ అయినా క్లస్టర్ లో మీరు జాయిన్ చేయలేరు. రైట్? సో ఇంకెక్కడ ఏంటంటే, సో దీస్ ఆర్ ది కమాండ్స్ విచ్ we need to execute on only master. Okay, first one is initialize Kubernetes cluster. So copy this entire command, entire line. So here we need to change the private IP. We need to give the private IP of your master server. So copy this. Here I need to modify this. Remove just private IP only. Master server private IP. So take the private IP, master private IP. So this is private IP, right? So copy this, paste here. Okay, enter. These commands are applicable to all the environments. Yes, మీరు ఏ environment లో చేసినా these commands are required. Any environments. Okay, if you use kubeadm required all these commands. So this command we need to execute on only master, right? So initialize Kubernetes cluster. Right, done. So after that, next one is so this command we need to execute user add. We are adding one user and we are creating one directory like this. You can execute this all these commands at a time on master. 4 commands done. After that, switch to user. Whatever user we created, that user we can switch. Copy this command, switch to user, kubeadmin, right? So after that, so this is the command to install Calco plugin, right? Copy this and install this on master. So plugin is installed. After that, so this is cluster join command. So when you execute this command, it will provide you one more command that we can take and we can execute on node servers. Execute this. Yeah, it will generate one command. Yeah, see here, this is the command. So copy this and execute on node servers. Execute this node 1. And node 2 also can execute this. Right? So cluster is ready. Cluster is built here. right? Now, yeah, our cluster is configured now. So when we execute this command, so it is generated one more command that we can execute on worker servers, node servers. Now our cluster is ready. So now if you check this command kubectl get nodes on master server, kubectl get nodes. See here, our cluster is ready. So this is master server. These are the node servers. So cluster is ready, right? So now we can start working on the deployments. We can deploy the applications on cluster. When we prepare manifest file, and when we submit that file, it will hit to API server. So API server will send to scheduler. Scheduler will distribute the deployments on node servers. So our node servers application will be deployed. So that application we can access through browser. Deployments will work on tomorrow. Okay, we have different deployments. We'll work on deployments tomorrow. So that is very important. How to deploy the applications, how to access the application. So that is very important. Tomorrow we will work on deployments. Okay. So meanwhile, you can prepare your setup, your server setup. You can take one server, master server. You can take 2 node servers, and you can use these commands I'll share with you today, so that from tomorrow onwards we'll start working on, do some activities. We'll work on some activities, different activities. So first we deploy applications. After that, we'll have different activities. We'll perform that from tomorrow. Fine. Any questions, anyone?
So in real time also we need to execute all these commands manually one by one, sir, in all the nodes and master.
Yeah. So మనం one time చేస్తామండి. So we'll execute only one time in real time also. So we have to execute like this, but setup will be only we configure one time. So Google team will involve into this activity. Okay. So Google team will help you to configure the cluster in real time. Okay. Fine.
If you want,
yeah,
if you want to add nodes, how can we add nodes again? How can we?
Yeah.
Do that?
If you want to add new nodes, okay. Simply you can execute this command on master. It will give you one more command that you can execute on node server, so that node will be joined into the cluster. So going forward in future, if you want to add any nodes, you can add like this.
We need to follow all the previous commands to create a node.
Yeah, that commands are required to prepare the node. So if you want to join into cluster, this is only the command. So all these commands we need to execute. Yeah, we stop here for today. You can prepare your server setup, cluster setup, so that from tomorrow onwards we'll start working on different activities. Fine. Yeah. Stop here for today. Thank you.